Welcome back to GRC. It's been a while since I've done a video. Just been, I don't know, racing hasn't been that much on. There's been a lot of wet weather. You know, we've had COVID stuff. But I have been to a few race meetings. Last time I posted that I was trying out mod. So I've got to show a couple of different race tracks and race meetings today that I've been to recently. The first one is Ryde. This is in Sydney's, I don't know, I'll explain, Lower North Shore. It's a pretty good track. It's my home track that I originally started racing at before I moved out of Sydney. So I've done a lot of laps on here. I'm very fond of it. It's a great club. They've got some new Seckhold brothers have been taken over the running of the committee, and they've done some fantastic work. Anyway, they have a thing called Open Buggy. They've basically scrapped stock and mod. So you just turn up with any motor you want, which essentially means most people try mod, which is what I've done. So this is a footage of my four-wheel drive A main I made running a 7.5 turn motor in it. So you get to see it here. Yeah, it's just a couple of laps I was going to show, and also to show people the track who aren't from Australia or from Sydney. It's a clay surface, and it actually was a little bit cracked this day. It normally grips up really well, but there wasn't quite enough water in it, I think. It was still great, but it didn't have the usual really high grip it normally has. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I did really well. I made A mains throughout the day in two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. It wasn't a big turnout, maybe 20-something drivers in each class, but it was cool. And yeah, just so much good to get some experience running mod. Like this jump here is super fun. You can see people sending it and going all over the place. But I was really happy how it went. I'm going to do more mod through the next year. Oh, there's a stack. I've gone off the track, so that's good. But yeah, I'm going to run more mod next year. This in 2022. I'm really keen to try mod at Hills, the other track, and obviously I run mod whenever I can at the Ryde track. The problem with mod in Sydney is that it only has the really top semi-pro drivers in it, which is like half a dozen of them, and anyone else who goes and races with them just can't compete. So a lot of the top, almost all the top drivers just race in stock. I've talked about those before. So there is a few of us, since we've tried it out at Ryde, that we're very keen to do more mod. So there's a good chance that we'll have a bigger mod fields, at least at the club races. Maybe in the big races we'll probably still go to stock, I'm not sure, but yeah, anyway, it was great fun, really enjoyed it. And one more time over that jump, oh, I held it, that was good. Yeah, it was great. So as I said, I did really well. It was great. So kudos to Ryde. I'm going to race there more, so I'll get some more footage of myself racing there in the new year. But yeah, that was cool. So the next one I want to show is, I'm just going to stop that one. This was recently at Hills. Now, this is the XRS from the weekend. Let me pause this for a minute. I'm just going to pause it. Can I do that? Wait, let me. There we go. Right, this is the XRS. This was on the weekend. So I've got a bunch of footage about this. This was a big race. It was supposed to be the Australian national titles. They got postponed because of COVID, because not all the different states could come to Sydney to race. This is in Western Sydney. It's only about maybe half an hour from the Ryde track. They're the only two. There's one at St Ives as well. Sorry, there's three competitive 1/10 scale tracks in Sydney, and this is the one. So this is the one I've done most of my footage at. I love this race track. It's awesome, fantastic committee, great club, amazing facility as you can see. Anyway, the XRS was put in place when the nationals couldn't happen. So we had a massive field. There was over 50 in two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive stock. And it was huge. Like, as I said then, there was about 7 or 8 in mod, but there was 50 plus in the stock classes. So I went into the stock class for this. And this is the B main. I made the B main in both two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, which I was actually quite happy about. It was a really extremely fast field, like state titles, kind of equivalent state titles. So yeah, it was an awesome day. Absolutely loved it. It's a fantastic club and facility, like I said. Anyway, so I'm going to show the highlights. So I've talked about Chris Taylor and Bill Zorbalis. There's two guys that I race with a lot, and we're extremely close in terms of our abilities and lap times. So there's a lot of banter that goes on all the time. So this was no different, and there's a section of this race I'm going to show an incredible sequence where the three of us are swapping positions over a lap. Anyway, we've decided to make a thing where we're going to make a trophy, and every time, we're not going to do it for club races, but every time there's a big race with us there, we're going to compete with each other for that trophy. So this is the first time we've done it, XRS. We kind of decided halfway through, but I'm not going to reveal who won. I'll do that in another video, who comes second, who comes third. But yeah, it was that. They're both really cool guys, great mates, and we do get along really well. But the banter is just out of control whenever we are racing against each other. Anyway, this is the first B main 4-wheel drive. So just going to press play here. This is lap 1. I think I qualified 7th. I qualified 7th in the Bs, which was it's a bit low. I would have liked to be higher, but yeah, it was super quick, and I felt I drove really well throughout the day. So, you know, when it comes to a big meet like this, with all the top drivers from the Sydney racing there, and there were, you know, and from outside of Sydney, there was people coming from Newcastle, and so when that happens, you know, making A mains is tough for me. But yeah, so I was really happy where I was. Anyway, I was 7th. So here I go. So I'm coming around lap 1. I've held my position, and I'm about to come in a step down, and you can see right there that car completely takes me out. Now, I don't know who the car is. I'm not going to name. I think I know who it is, but I'm not going to name the name. But you know, it was pretty bad shunt, and unfortunately, they didn't redress. You can see them just taking off there, leaving me to my devices with the poor marshal trying to sort me out. Anyway, that's Anthony, by the way. He's a good friend of mine. Anyway, so I am last by a long way here. So as you can see, I'm good, I don't know, 20 meters last in the race on lap 1. But after this, I actually just gunned it and had one of the best races I've ever done. I was flying. This is a pretty fast B final, and I ended up coming back into the field, and I got back to close to like 7th, 8th, 9th. So if I just continue the video here, this is it here. So we're coming around, this is about, you know, 4 or 5 laps later, coming around the corner here. So in this picture, you can see Chris Taylor is in the front near that finger, coming around the bend. Then I think that's Sam Muffet in second, then Bill in the purple car tight on the bend, and then there's me. So I'm talking about the left-hand side of the screen here, coming down the straight, and that's my pink car. That picture there is Michael, who uses a stick shift. Anyway, get to Michael later. So yeah, so this is, I've just managed to catch up to them. So I've taken over 3 cars. I think I'm in 9th, and this is 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th together. So we take off. Now, this is incredible. So you can see how close we are here going through the S-bends, and I've got up right at the back of them. So I'm right behind Bill here, and then I take Bill in the first one, and then we go over the little double, and now there's Sam and Chris are at it, and I'm right on their tail. Chris has a little bobble, Sam goes ahead. They bump wheels. Now, I'm now on Chris's tail. Now, I was putting lap after lap of just gunning it here. I managed to take Chris. We touch at the start of the straight. He takes me back. Anyway, yeah, I've taken him again. So this was all flat to the board racing, and none of us took each other out. Like, we've just swapped there again. I've taken him again. It was insane. And then Bill and Chris come together, and I'm chasing Sam. So I'm just going to play that again because that was super cool. So just let me go back to the part after I crash, which is sad. That's me. Oh, back it up a bit. Oh, here we are again. Let's watch this again. Yeah, at this point, you know, our cars are pretty tuned. We've had 4 qualifiers before the finals. So, yeah, and it goes to show, right, this is a B main. I feel like we're racing pretty well. Like, our race etiquette and racecraft is quite good. We're making a few mistakes here and there, but it was so intense. And I was next to Chris on the driver's stand, and I was like, we went down the straight together. I was like, oh my God, how have we not touched? We started chatting, semi-chatting during the race, but that sequence there was really good. It was great, yeah. So anyway, I gun it for Sam after this. Sam's a young gun. I interviewed him a while back. He won the juniors, I think, at the state titles. Anyway, he races in the stock class now. Super quick guy. Like, yeah, I managed to get right up at his tail here because I was continuing to drive really well, and we kind of left Bill and Chris a little behind. Now I've caught him here. That was my chance. after this, I was running out of laps, and he does actually, I lose a lot of time. That corner is where I'm losing my time. I'm doing it all the time, constantly, so I need to work on that corner. The rest of the track is not too bad for me. It's really important to get this to straighten that chicane. I do that pretty well. But yeah, anyway, it's that corner coming before the carpet where I struggle. Might watch it one more time and see what I do this time. It actually got really a lot of holes over the course. I hit the hole then. There again, I've caught him and lost it again in one corner. Anyway, I didn't end up catching Sam. He managed to hold on to 6th. I came 7th. So, no. As I said, I filmed all the A-mains for stock and mod, except for the four-wheel drive stock because I couldn't fit on the stand because there was 12 runners. But yeah, I've got all the mod ones for both classes and all the stock two-wheel drive A-mains. So I'm going to release those pretty rapidly if I can over the next few weeks. I just wanted to share that video of me racing against those two dudes. And I can't wait to, in another video I'll show you what points we got. So we're going to combine our points across the two classes and there'll be an overall champion between the three of us. We're going to do a trophy and it's going to be an ongoing thing throughout 2022 and beyond. So look out for that. There'll be a point where I'll just get way too fast for those two novices and I'll smash them. But at the moment, they've managed to hang on to my coattails. See how we go. Thanks for joining. More videos coming now, and I will speak to you next time. Take care and peace.